look at my daughter full makeup singing She's in Love with an emo girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say nor approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool.
Due to their disagreements on how to raise their kid. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are once again in the news. And by threatening to take Kim to court, Kanye is using the big guns this time. After fresh images of North West became viral online, the drama began, displaying her in a costume that infuriated supporters. Kanye has now threatened to have his attorneys halt it if Kim doesn't. But clothes aren't the only issue in this fight. It's way more profound than that. Even Kris Jenner is being targeted by Kanye, who says that Kim and her mother have a sinister plan for North. They're not just letting her dress like this for fun, he said. In essence, they are using her as a marketing tool. Fans are in disbelief over that accusation alone. And speculation is exploding online.
12 years old. She's 12. Walking around with a corset, the shortest miniskirt that you could have, and bright blue hair.
As if she were dressed for a nightclub rather than a vacation with her family. Outrage immediately erupted on social media. Kim was accused of using her daughter as a fashion object and was criticized for being unsettling and disgusting. The dragging went on and on. Many claim that Kim is so determined to be a cool mom that she is losing sight of her true parent. The criticism continued after that. Some even connected it to the notorious Balenciaga incident, accusing Kim of prioritizing her business image over the welfare of her baby. At that point, Kanye's supporters stepped in with vigor, stating, "This proves he's been right all along." A fan chuckled. She took her Balenciaga collab way too seriously, and she wonders why Kanye was raging about North being exposed online.
Her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape or the second they've been trying to play me on, it called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, "Hey, we're gonna go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do." But you watched it and made a decision, and then you get on to whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
All of a sudden, he is the voice of morality. The hypocrisy is outrageous. Not to mention one of Kanye's most dubious actions, which was pressuring North to collaborate with Diddy, a man who was seen on camera putting hands on a female. Yes, Kanye believed that including his daughter in that mix was a smart move. He promoted a brand new song called Lonely Roads, Still Go to Sunshine back in March, captioning it, "New song by Puff Daddy," which included his son, King Comb, my daughter North West, and Jasmine Williams, a recent Chicago-based Yeezy artist. Isn't that lineup unbelievable? The song even begins with a taped phone conversation between Diddy and Kanye, in which Diddy expresses gratitude, him for looking after his children while he is incarcerated. Already, the entire situation sounded chaotic. However, others were appalled that Kanye placed North's name next to Diddy's. Admirers were giving each other a serious side-eye and wondering why a youngster was being placed in the company of a man who had a troubling history of abusing women. Kim also didn't like it. In fact, she attempted to end the collaboration. She sent Kanye a direct text message stating that he was not allowed to put North on a tune without her consent. The worst part is still to come. Kim is the legitimate owner of the North West trademark. This implies that without Kim's consent, Kanye is not permitted to utilize their daughter's name, image, or voice in any commercial endeavor. She also ensured that he was aware of it. Kim even included receipts in the text message she sent to Kanye, writing, "At the time, I inquired whether I might trademark her name. Yes, you replied. It belongs to her when she turns 18. Stop then. To keep her out of the Diddy song, I sent along the necessary documents. One must trademark." But Kanye wasn't going to back down. He retaliated immediately, warning her to change it or he would go to war and neither of us would be able to recover from the publicity. In fact, he said the terrifying words, "You are going to need to murder me." That alone demonstrates how poisonous things have become. North's well-being keeps being lost in the midst of two parents who are so preoccupied with themselves. Critics claim since the Kardashians have been seen at Diddy's events quite a few times. Kim wasn't upset about him being on the track. No, control and all the money associated with North's name and image were what Kim truly desired. Kanye, meanwhile, enjoys painting himself as the guardian of his daughter's purity. However, fans often criticize him, asking how he can defend guys with a troubled past and denigrate women at the same time. In any case, North finds herself torn between two parents who both enjoy turmoil, and people fear that she has little chance of having a typical upbringing. However, Diddy was not the end of this conflict. When Kanye saw the pictures of North in Rome wearing a corset and a miniskirt that went viral, he exploded once more. He wasn't merely venting on social media this time. In reality, he is threatening to sue Kim, according to a source who spoke to Globe magazine. Kanye is upset that his 12-year-old daughter is showing off in that outfit, and he threatened to bring his attorneys to bear on Kim if she didn't stop it. He has been yelling and raving, according to insiders, accusing Kim of going too far and promising not to overlook it. This is when things become even more gloomy. According to Kanye, Kris Jenner is also pressuring North to wear this style, with hints of Playboy photos and secret tapes down the line. He is outright accusing Kris of having a dark scheme to turn North into the next Kim Kardashian. Road fans aren't dismissing the unsettling claim, though, given Kris's past. Do you recall Kanye's crazy tirade from a few months ago? The one where he pulled Jay-Z and Beyonce's twins with names that are offensive? He accused the Kardashians of being involved in human trafficking in the same sentence. After North appeared on a song with English musician FKA Twigs, he became very agitated and retaliated with a startling post. Kim Kardashian is Aitha. The fact that Twigs dressed up my daughter in her video bothers me. Twigs could have done better, in my opinion. You all bees are doing it. I have a black soul. And observe. You won't trust me, will you? You'll simply claim that I'm insane. Kanye didn't stop there either. He went all out, accusing Kris Jenner once more of orchestrating a scheme to sell out the industry in both North and Chicago. Even if it sounds crazy, some individuals bring up Kris's history. According to Ray J, Kris not only gave his approval to Kim's notorious tape, but supposedly even suggested creating a third cassette after, evaluating several versions to determine which would sell the best. Kanye is pointing to that type of history as evidence. And to be honest, it's not surprising that this altercation is getting out of hand. Now, consider that for a moment. In order to turn it into a paycheck, a mother is accused of instructing her daughter to record another private tape and then sitting down to view it as if she were a producer. Parenting isn't like that. It's blatant exploitation. And given her history, is it really shocking that people think Kim is now creating the same model for her own girls and shaping them into her brand? Extensions before they're even allowed to have children. Remember that Kris has already been here. She forced Kim to pose for Playboy, and then she forced Kylie to do the same. Even when Kris apparently persuaded her to undertake a second shot and reveal even more after she acknowledged that she felt awkward, exposing too much. Kanye frequently warns about that amount of pressure, which is why he claims he doesn't want his children to spend too much time with Kris. According to people close to Kanye, he believes Kris is secretly getting ready to use the same strategy with North and Chicago, molding them into the next Kim and Kylie. Once, when Kim let North use TikTok, Kanye attempted to stop it. He vehemently expressed his disapproval of his daughter dancing in front of millions of strangers on the internet. Kim, however, brushed him off as being overbearing. However, this is much more than a TikTok if Kanye's suspicions are correct. TikTok account. He thinks Kris is gradually enticing North and Chicago to become the next generation of cash cows for the corporation by drawing them directly into the Kardashian-Jenner money engine. Since Kris has so many old receipts, many are beginning to question whether Kanye's warnings provide a window into what's actually happening behind the scenes. It's not paranoia. In June 2020, just before Kim filed for divorce, do you recall? Kanye attacked Kris because of Kim's Playboy photo shoot. He yelled, "I placed my putting my children's lives in danger so that North's mother wouldn't sell her sex tape." Then he doubled down in another post. "I prayed to God that North's mother would never take pictures of her playing Playboy, and God is to blame for it. The ranch is where I am. Come get me." The Kardashian camp is still troubled by those remarks. Furthermore, in the midst of all of this, it's difficult to avoid feeling sorry for North's disorder. For the cameras, Kim is making her look like an adult. In addition to putting her on Diddy's tracks, Kanye is screaming about preserving her innocence. Following that is Grandma, the brilliant genius who used her daughter's image to create an empire. North is caught in the middle ring of the circus. Even though she is only a child, strangers on the internet are analyzing her attire, criticizing her appearance, and observing everything she does as if she were already a celebrity product. The battle over her future is becoming uglier and uglier every day, and the pressure is unbearable. The true question, therefore, becomes, is Kanye correct in accusing Kim of being careless? Or is he only revealing his own duplicity? With maneuvers like that Diddy partnership. What about Kris? Is it her intention to shape North into Kim K 2.0 before she even reaches adolescence? Put down your comments, as this discussion is just getting more heated. Thank you for staying to the very end. Remember to share this video and like and subscribe to ShadePod for the most recent stories. The next one will arrive soon.